Question. Can we stop taking our heads out of the sand and finally all agree that prices are on the rise? Even if you don't like to watch the news? Just saying, just saying. But what can we do about it? Back in a few. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money, and that is what we are going to continue to do. We are strong. We are warriors at the grocery store, and we know the tricks. And if we don't know the tricks, we're always willing to learn the tricks. I share some, many others share some. Sit down, watch as many tips and tricks as you can. Use your own ideas as well, and put it all together and apply them to your life. And I promise you, we will get through these challenging times, and you'll be a better off person for it, because you will know these additional tips and tricks that you can learn for future times. Okay, so we all agree the prices are up. There was a time when some people said, not really, not where I live. Okay, we have to keep an open mind, because other places where other people live, the prices may have gone up a lot. Just saying, just saying. So let's all agree prices have gone up. Okay, but what can we do about it? Grocery store prices, for example. There's actually a lot that we can do about it. I think many of us overlook some of the most humble foods because they're common foods. Sometimes people don't eat them for a while, but take a refresher course, a reboot on the humble potato, for example. The humble potato, the real one, not something hiding in the freezer, not something cut up and added chemicals to it, straight from the sack, a real potato. I was thinking about this earlier, and it is so true, because I remember my grandmother passing this on, saying, because she used to run a grocery store back during the Depression. And what was the most common items that people picked up back then? They were like things like potatoes, apples, bananas, and so on. We'll talk more about this in a minute. I have some recipes. Having said that, I'm telling you, a potato yields so much. So if you have a family, it stands to reason to pick up a sack or two if you use them up, or if you think you might use them up, or if you're rediscovering potatoes after saying, blah, 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 the potatoes. Potatoes aren't so bad for you. It's the things that sometimes people overload them with that can make a difference. Just saying, just saying. So don't poo-poo on potatoes. And if you like a potato every once in a while, why not? For example, you are better off eating a real potato. You can make your own oven fries. You don't have to get chemically laden French fries that are, I know they're convenient. I've purchased them myself. Yes, they're easy to use. Throw them in, heat them up, done. But think about something for a second. If you're heating things up anyway, why not just go to the real source? One sack of potatoes, look at all these ideas that you can get from it. I wrote them down because I didn't want to miss a beat with this. Speaking of the simple sack of potatoes, you can make many of the following recipes on the cheap. Like I said, the oven fries, potato soup, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes. You could choose them to be plain, or you can load them up. Maybe you can load them up with something that's not so fattening or whatever, or you can load them up the old-fashioned way with some fattening stuff if that's your, so desire. You could create shepherd's pie. You could have boiled potatoes. A lot of people like just plain boiled potatoes as a side dish. Some people put mustard on them. Some people just add a little salt and pepper to it. This is what some people do. You can make potato croquettes. You can make homemade potato chips. Ever taste a homemade potato chip? They are yummo, yummo, yummo. The truth be told, the possibilities are endless. So if you've been overlooking that little sack of potatoes, think of it now as a really good kitchen secret to manufacture. And I always say, run your kitchen as if you're running your own business. You'll be amazed if you look at it from that point of view. Because after all, we are the CEOs of our own kitchens. We really, really are. And so too, when you go grocery shopping as well. So you pick up that sack of potatoes and don't overlook all the possibilities. Did I mention potato salad? Potato salad. This is the funny thing about potato salad. You can have it as a side dish or the main course. And if you make potato salad, with your humble potato and egg salad with a little bit of onions and whatever dressing you like to use with it. It is just so good. You could just have it stand alone as is. I like to crumble up some bacon in it. It gives it that little bit of nutty flavor. You don't even have to use real bacon. You could use the faking bacon like the one I showed you when I cooked that omelet in front of you. This is all from a sack of potatoes. Look at all the meal possibilities that I mentioned to you just by doing a simple act like purchasing some potatoes, okay? Next food, bananas. Bananas are filling, portable, and convenient. You know what I used to like to do when I was a teenager? This may sound really weird. You could verify this with a few of my friends. I used to like to take a banana. It had to be not overly ripe, not underripe. It had to be medium ripe. And I knew immediately what a medium ripe banana looked like. I used to like to peel it, put it on a plate, take a smear of peanut butter, go right over the banana, and just take a fork and a knife, cut it down, and eat it just like that. Oh, my word. Then it would graduate to it. And I would add toasted wheat germ to that sometimes. But can I tell you something? It was really good. I didn't say it wasn't low calorie now, but it was delicious. But you know something? You can make a nutritious snack out of that. Show that to the kids. They may end up liking it. Or slice up an apple and put a smear of peanut butter on that. But getting back to bananas, bananas are portable. You could take them to work. You could take them to school. I do highly recommend that you take a little bag to dispose of a banana peel because banana peels, after a while they smell. You don't want to smell up your office. You don't want to smell up your classroom or whatever. So you just at least have that, little bag, when you dispose of the banana peel. Not to mention, you could make smoothies with bananas. Take a banana, a little bit of milk, and a bunch of ice, and you're done. You're totally done. You could add a little bit of wheat germ if you have it to bump up the nutrients, or a strawberry or two for color, or whatever. And bananas are just so good to go. Bananas are still pretty much on the cheap. These are things, you're not just getting like one thing from it, you get multiple things from it. And I bet most of you really actually know that, but sometimes we forget. Let us not forget what happens with an overripe banana. An overripe banana makes a fantastic base for a banana bread. Who does not like banana bread? Banana bread, in and of itself, will help stretch your budget because you could have banana as an anytime thing. It could be a quick breakfast, slice down your loaf. You could have it for breakfast. You could have it for after school. You can make banana muffins for the kids. They come home from school. If you have some chopped walnuts, throw it in there. Yum. We could do these things. All these things are relatively inexpensive. Now, I'm going to come back tomorrow with some more humble recipe ideas that will help get all of us through these hard times right now. Challenging, whatever word you want to use, whatever. But we can do it, and we will do it together. I'm going to find my outro and then give you away. Be right back. In the meantime, take good care and have an amazing, fantastic day. Don't forget to write down sack of potatoes, hand of bananas. There you go. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.